Shrike here. This signals the end of the dollar discount week for crypto land. It looks like we're starting to finally work our way out of these really intense lows that we've seen in the last few days. My goodness, if I had known that it would go that far down on Bitcoin, that we would be hitting lows of 10,000, I would have never have bothered to get anything at 15,000 or 13,000. And it just goes to show that crypto is proving once again that it's highly variable and fluctuating, and that it is best to wait out these sudden drops if you are holding stuff and you can't get rid of it. Yeah, a lot of news this week. It looks like this has signified the thrashing of the retail investor sector for crypto. These people got in December and early January, expecting that things would be continuously climbing. They took out loans and everything. The next thing you know, the whales are taking profits. And I really do think it's actually institutional investors and the really super huge whales out there that have been working together and doing this. When I read the news in the last couple weeks, I see a steady buildup of articles knocking crypto, and I can't help but wonder how many of those are planted. Yeah, so Bitcoin, you're seeing here, you have highs of 17,000 on January 6th, and also going back, it looks like late December, you have some of these peaks in here, and then the bottom drops out of the market. I mean, you're looking at, this is an hour right here, you're looking at 2 or 3 hours where it's hovering around 9,500. We've also been seeing a lot of these sell-offs happening in the early morning hours U.S. time. And the reason for that is because a lot of East Asian investors, when it's daylight and it's midday over there, are the ones who are dumping their crypto. And there's a lot of reasons for that besides the whales selling off. But I think that South Korea continues to be a source of anxiety for this market, as well as China and the news about shutting down the miners. Where do we go from here? Bitcoin, let's look at Bitcoin first. Let's move it back into, let's say, 15-minute increments. We're starting to see a little bit of an upward rise here. Yeah, we're going to have some bargains still. I don't think we're going to be as low as 9,500 or 10,000. We might play with 10,000 a little bit more. But don't feel compelled, and this is where I think a lot of people are not feeling compelled to buy into the market. This is going to continue for a few weeks, and that's because people have now grown accustomed to seeing this happen, and that happen, and that happen, and that happen. And so what happens is that people decide they're just not going to buy. And that doesn't mean that the price is going to go that much further down. Litecoin now here is mirroring Bitcoin. I mean, these are paired currencies right now. Litecoin, Bitcoin, okay, Litecoin. And then Ethereum, it finally, far after when I thought it was going to happen. I thought it was going to have a recorrection in here or in here somewhere down to 850 or 950, like I said. And we're having 950 right now. It's taken this long for it to drop. When you go really way out on Ethereum, you go out to, let's call it a day, and then we look over the course of what it was like, it was Coinbase exchange, but what it was like from, say, June on, and it was, we're seeing we're still in highs country up here. I'd expect Ethereum to drop down even more as far as things go. 850 maybe, I'm not sure. And then let's take a look at Monero here. That was insane. That was the closing of the of Kraken for a couple days. The market has been shaken, and a lot of that is due to the question about insider trading at Coinbase, the closure of Kraken and what really was up with that, the South Korean and Chinese markets, and then I do think that the whales have been playing this market quite a bit, and much to my chagrin, I have to admit it, because it hurts little people. And I was assuming that we'd be actually pretty stable with Monero around 400 or 390 or so. And I mean, everything goes down. When Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. Ethereum, my projection for Ethereum is that we're not going to see it grow dramatically. It's going to continue to play with lows, and We'll be lucky if it hits 1150. You know, should have cashed out on some of these rises, and should have bought at some of these drops. And then a Litecoin paired up with Bitcoin so closely and intensely, it's going to be a long time, folks, before this stuff recovers. When it does, a couple weeks from now, you'll start seeing those magical crypto rises again.